Australia here today for this review of Art Harding's instant facelift product. Now this is something which I wanted to try because you see a lot of great results from people who are doing drag tutorials, makeup tutorials, etc., makeup artists, where they're using these sticky pads to pull back and basically give themselves a sort of temporary facelift for the purposes of doing makeup. Now, I thought I'd try these. You can buy them through Amazon and various other places, but I didn't really know what was a good brand, so I simply selected something which I saw had reasonably good reviews and thought, okay, maybe that's something for me. This one is by Art Harding. No idea if it's good or not, but basically what you get in the set is you get a load of these kind of sticky pads. These are in two halves, which connect via a sort of toggle with elastic, like so, this kind of toggle. And then the elastic goes around the back of your head, you stick it to your face, the elastic goes around the back of the head, and then they have a sort of plastic connector that just clips together. Now, I tried these out yesterday. A fair word of warning first is, I know when you're using these, you're supposed to use alcohol swabs to really thoroughly clean the area. I don't have any. I've got some that are coming, but I don't have any right now. So I have had a little bit of slippage with mine, which is something that I'm kind of testing today, just to see how well they stand up without using alcohol swabs. I'll test them with alcohol swabs and see if they're any better. But so far they've held up pretty well. I've actually drawn my eyebrow, if you have a look here, and I'll show you some other footage where I had them on before I did my makeup. You can see I draw my eyebrow over and it's a slight slip here. Do you see where it's pulled? Which is a sort of lesson learned. So when you're using these, I'm certainly going to try and hope that I get a better grip with these, but they've held now for 3 hours almost and have been pretty good. I don't feel like they're going to slip off. I feel like when I put the wig on, I dislodged it slightly, and maybe if I'd been a bit more careful, I wouldn't have had that issue. Anyway, what I noticed from these is that it really is pulling my eyebrow up and out to the side. It's so much easier to get a nice wing. I've got relatively hooded eyes, so it's helping to draw those up out the way, and it's giving me way more kind of room in here to play with my eyeshadow. And that's something that you see with a lot of drag artists and with a lot of kind of professional makeup artists. And I'm never really sure whether it's created by their skill and talent, or if it is to do with having very young models, or if alternatively it's to do with using these kind of products to help, you know, draw the eye out that way. And for me, I noticed a massive difference applying this today. So overall, here is my kind of view. I think these are pretty decent. I paid £17 for this pack, which has over 20 applications of these, so it's kind of less than £1 per application, and you can buy extra ones of these pads online separately. You don't have to buy the whole pack with the elastic again, so you can just buy top-up pads. I was discussing with my wife and she made a comment which I guess I could agree with, which is she suggested that these kind of things are the type of things that if you use them once, you may struggle to go back to not using them because they are so addictive. The difference in look that you get can be so striking that perhaps you don't want to go back to your old looks. And certainly with the application that I got from this today, I could see how that could be the case. So I'm going to try and use these sparingly for specific looks or for perhaps special occasions. I'm not sure whether I want the risk of them slipping when I'm out, but the worst case scenario if they slip is effectively that you've got a patch of skin here which is not covered in makeup. If you draw your eyebrows over, you can lose a bit of eyebrow. So I think it's one of those things where you might take out a little, just bring out one of your blending sponges with you and your eyebrow kit. Then you can just sort of kind of re-blend the area, touch it up, draw the eyebrow back on, and then you'll be good to go if they do slip and if they do come off. But so far they've been really good, and yeah, I think I just need to try it with the swabs and see how that works for me as well. So overall, like I said, learning experience. I've used these twice now. Once yesterday, just in guide mode to test how they work. And for today's results, yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I mean, this is kind of the area where I would draw my eyebrows if I'd covered them up and was arching them higher. So it's getting towards that sort of much more arched, distinctive, strong eyebrow, but without having to cover them and draw them on. So yes, this is going to be a bit tricky. Anyway, just to say this as well, when I've been applying these, I've applied these, as you can see here, straight onto the temple. Now, I've only got a small gap between my eyebrow and my temple, so I also have some hair kind of in that area, and I don't have probably the cleanest contact. That's something as well I might want to look into. If anyone else does actually use these, I'd be really interested to find out what your kind of experiences are and what your thoughts are about using these, because I like it and I think it's certainly something to try and to have a think about. And for the price at £17–18, I don't think you can really go too wrong. It's 20 applications. As long as I'm not using them every week, that's going to last me a couple of years. So it's not that big an expense to try. Certainly not cheaper than Botox and cheaper than a facelift. You can actually use these ones as well on your neck. So if you need to do like a neck lift, that's something you can achieve as well. Obviously you'd need to wear longer hair at the back to cover that up, but you can apparently achieve a sort of neck lift thing by using these as well, just to kind of pull things up here. And that sounds like something that I'd rather not do, but there are occasions when certainly there's a bit more going on here than I would prefer. But for now, I think I can leave that and just go with this. Anyway, that's my bit of daily vanity for today. So kind of conceding to the ravages of age and looking at ways in which to roll back the years and get me back to where I would have been had I actually been applying makeup in my 20s. Never having seen that, I've never had that problem of kind of watching myself degrade from 20s to 40s, as some of you poor people will have to do in the future. As someone who kind of got into this in their late 30s, I've kind of always been used to having to deal with a slightly weathered face and a face that has been exposed to the elements and the ravages of time. If anyone has any recommendations for these, then please do let me know. I'm always interested in other product recommendations, something that you think works and is particularly good. One thing I will say is that the first time I applied these, I think I applied it a bit too tightly around the back, and I found that the plastic edges here where these kind of toggles go through, these are like treasury tags. Where those treasury tag toggles go through, it actually ripped the plastic. So it didn't come away from my face, it gripped my face, but the plastic where it goes through the hole actually tore, and that's how I lost it. And since I was just wearing my guy hair, it kind of pinged around my face and then sat here. If you're wearing a wig, I'm guessing that if this goes at any time, all that's going to happen is that you suddenly look more miserable than you did before as your face sags and you start to look a bit more miserable. As long as the pads don't come off, you can always unclip the tags, kind of leave them under the wig, and yeah, go the rest of the day with the pads still stuck here and hopefully your makeup intact. That's my point. Anyway, any recommendations, please do let me know. Very interested to hear if anyone has any other thoughts on this one. Please let me know if you have any comments down in the comments section below. As always, you can reach me through my email address, which is juliettesnoir@gmail.com, or my website, juliettenoir.uk. Feel free to like, share and subscribe, and click the little bell to stay notified on upcoming videos. And I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Thanks so much, and as ever, bye! Bye!